Two men have been sentenced in the death of a real estate agent. This afternoon, 42-year-old Cedric Berry of Minneapolis and 42-year-old Barry Davis of Brooklyn Park both received life sentences without parole. In June, both men were found guilty of kidnapping and shooting 28-year-old Monique Baugh. John Lordson shows us what Baugh's family said during victim impact statements.
She was so special to all of us. She was kind, sweet, funny. Her laugh was contagious.
On New Year's Eve 2019, Monique Baugh, a realtor, thought she was meeting a client at a house in Maple Grove. But once there, she was kidnapped and forced into a U-Haul. Hours later, she was found shot to death in a Minneapolis alleyway.
On December 30th, 2019, I said goodnight and I love you to my daughter, Monique Baugh, for the last time.
In a tense and emotional courtroom, Wanda Williams Baugh talked about how much her daughter loved being a mother to her two girls.
They have to take my word for it because she's not here to tell them herself, and I know she would tell them every single day. And both of her girls, they say goodnight to her too, and they kiss and hug her picture.
Williams Baugh asked Judge Peter Cahill to give Cedric Berry and Barry Davis life without parole, which he did. Before the sentencing, both defendants maintained their innocence.
And my condolences to the Baugh family. I hate you guys had to go through this, and I will always pray that the truth comes out. Thank you.
Miss Baugh, I hope she gets relief. Today she didn't get it because justice wasn't served.
After court, Williams Baugh called the comments ridiculous and self-serving. She thanked prosecutors and Minneapolis police for putting her daughter's killers behind bars.
They'll spend the rest of their lives in jail, and they won't have an opportunity to do this to anyone else's mother, loved one ever again.
In Minneapolis, John Lordson, WCCO 4 News.
Both men were also found guilty of shooting Baugh's boyfriend in front of his daughters. He survived. Two other suspects, 29-year-old Elsa Segura of Fridley and 36-year-old Lyndon Wiggins of Minneapolis, face the same charges as Barry and Davis.
More charges connected to the brutal kidnapping and murder of a local real estate agent, Monique Baugh.
Authorities have now charged a fourth person with aiding and assisting after the New Year's Eve killing. Our Paul Bloom joins us now. So, Paul, this is a widespread investigation, and it is a tangled web.
It sure is, Amy. 4 people are now charged with court documents continuing to allude to a 5th suspect at the heart of this violent plot. He is still not identified publicly and presumably remains at large tonight.
More charges in the murderous New Year's Eve plot that left young real estate agent and mother Monique Baugh dead. Her boyfriend shot multiple times. Suspect, Cedric Berry's wife, in custody, now charged with aiding and abetting. She, along with former Hennepin County probation officer Elsa Segura, is the second woman to face charges in a sequence of violent crimes that shocked the community. Minneapolis police, though, not releasing Shantae Davis's booking photo on Thursday. She also is known by her married name, Berry. A law enforcement spokesman explaining detectives are still doing lineups and don't want to jeopardize the integrity of the ongoing investigation. Now, according to court filings, Shantae's husband, Cedric Berry, rented the U-Haul truck used to abduct Baugh at a bogus home showing in Maple Grove. It's alleged Shantae drove with Berry to pick up the U-Haul and reconnected with him after the truck was returned. We've learned Cedric Berry's fingerprints were found on the tape that was allegedly used to restrain Baugh. Baugh was shot 3 times, once in the face. She had tape on her wrists and neck and left for dead in this Minneapolis alley. Shantae's brother, Barry Davis, also charged, but he is on the run. It's interesting to note in new court filings when investigators arrested Cedric Berry on January 2nd at a St. Louis Park hotel, his wife was there, and it's noted as well, so too was Barry Davis. But at the time, they did not arrest Davis, and now 5 weeks later, prosecutors write they figure he has fled the state.
It all is confusing, but to total it up, 4 suspects now charged, 3 in custody, a 5th still not named publicly. Both Cedric Berry and his wife Shantae due in court separately tomorrow. Clearly, the Minneapolis police investigation remains open and extremely active as detectives try to untangle this murderous web. Paul Bloom, Fox 9.